You're fighting it though, right? You're fighting what's in front of you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can get more time. More time if I try this, I can get more time.
The Tragically Hip's Gord Downey has done a great deal to raise awareness about brain cancer in recent months. Each day, 27 Canadians are diagnosed with a brain tumor. Every case is different and treatment options vary. But for many, the prognosis is not good. Tonight, you're going to meet a young woman who has been fighting for her life for the past decade. The CBC's Reg Sherren brings us an exclusive look at her groundbreaking treatment, a new approach that was developed right here in Canada.
It can't be easy. Walking back into the place where your life changed forever. Meet Carling Muir. This used to be her favorite place. She was just 19, the star of the Langara Falcons basketball team when it happened.
As far as I remember, like, it was a normal practice. I had no issues. It was that weekend before it that I had really bad migraines, but I didn't think much of it. I remember doing like our 1, 2, 3 Langara, and then I don't remember anything after that. This is what people have told me. I don't have a lot of memory. I rolled back and I had the seizure. My teammate, after I was done, sat in front of my feet, and I sat up and I looked her in the eyes, but she said she could tell I wasn't there. I have no memory of this though. And then I know the ambulance showed up and I had a second one. My parents would be able to tell you more about that because it's still pretty blurry.
Carling's mom, Shelley.
We were driving in and she was still in the ambulance. And they had to pull over because she had a seizure on the way to the hospital. And I could hear her yelling in the background. It's terrifying. Terrifying. Yeah.
And he came in and said that they had found a significant sized tumor in the left lobe of my brain, and that we would have to go in for emergency surgery.
You remember that?
I remember that, because I remember the first question I asked was, am I going to die? And I vividly remember asking that question.
Her father, Grant, is a retired Vancouver firefighter.
I've seen a lot of gruesome things in my life, and I almost threw up when they showed me the picture and I saw this. And it's just like a black and white picture. It's not gory, but just...
Yeah, that hit you.
It was like nothing ever. It was...
Everything changed.
I'm sorry.
That was 10 years ago. Rushed into surgery, weeks in recovery. She's been fighting ever since.
I did the chemo for a year, but I was able to go back and play that following September while I was going through chemo. And then I was good for about 5 years, and I got re-diagnosed, and I did 6 weeks of radiation. Again, decided to play through it. Playing was just huge for me because it gave me a place where I could go and not think about having cancer. Got re-diagnosed again, did chemo for 10 months, and I had about 6 months off after that, and then I got told I was re-diagnosed again. And then at the end of the summer, we found out my chemo had stopped working, and so our next route is...
So the chemo's not working anymore?
No, it's not working anymore. But it's just like any other thing. Like, I've used it so many times that the tumor, they say, like, is getting smarter, so it knows how to fight
learns.
it. Yeah, exactly.
But she's not done fighting. Far from it.
I have Survivor right here. I know that I have cancer, and I technically haven't beaten it, but I feel like I don't let it change who I am as a person.
It doesn't define you.
No, exactly. So when I'm having a bad day, I just look down and remind myself that I'm a survivor, and it doesn't get to define who I am.
So what time's your MRI card?
Which leads us to today. A final brain scan before surgery. A new approach that could save her life.
The job with the trajector is aim the laser down the barrel of it, as I mentioned before, right down the middle.
Yeah. Neurosurgeon Dr. Brian Toyota is the only doctor doing this unique procedure in Canada.
So what's the benefit of the neuroblade as opposed to other procedures?
There's threefold benefits. The first is that it'll access deep tumors that conventionally surgeons think to be inoperable, meaning they're dangerous to remove, so that they cause more risk than benefit. So this can get to a tumor virtually anywhere in the brain and destroy the tumor.
The probe is inserted through a small incision made in the skull.
Carly's going to be asleep just for 20 minutes for this part, although it's really at her discretion. I can do this under local anesthetic. Then she gets the laser treatment during which she's awake.
Guided very precisely using a real-time MRI, the laser kills the cancer from the inside out. The heat also has other benefits.
It's been shown that it changes the brain such that it can absorb more chemotherapy drugs. By heating the brain, it's been shown that for 6 weeks, those drugs will get deeper into the tumor than they would otherwise. Laser by itself won't cure cancer. And it's not going to be the treatment for everybody. But for the right person, it will be part of that combination of treatments. And so that's its place. And it's innovative, it's new, and that's what we have to do, I think, to beat cancer, because we haven't beaten it yet, so we have to stop doing what we used to do and try new things.
So it increases the percentage of success or the chance of success?
It definitely does. And you're right, it's not the magic bullet for everybody, but for the right person with the right combination, it'll make a huge difference. And so we have to push that frontier, and this is what this is doing.
Right. Well, let's hope that's what it does for Carly.
You bet.
On Wednesday, Carling, an outreach worker at the Surrey School District, says see you later to her class. On Saturday, it's lunch with the girls. On Sunday, she packs.
Because I've never done it before.
And takes a few minutes to watch a recording of the Gord Downey interview. She's been following his battle as it unfolds before the cameras. His struggles are her struggles.
Radiation, chemo, constant MRIs.
It sounds a little bit like you
It
just
does sound a lot like me, yeah.
But it's when he talks of family that Carling really identifies.
I worry more like what it does to like my family. That's the part that gets me. What it does to Andrew and my parents and my brother and my like all my other family and friends. It's okay. I can deal with it myself, but I hate putting them through that. And that's what keeps me up at night.
When we come back,
Hey, Carly.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. You all set?
Yep.
a unique treatment for brain cancer.
She's a bit uncomfortable. She wants to readjust the head. I said, headache. Should I give her some
Sure, I'm
medications?
sorry.
And she wants to readjust the head a little bit, she says.
Oh.
We can't do that, right?
No.
But things don't go exactly as planned.
We're gonna fail.
Throw it into overdrive.
2 hours from surgery. With the joking around, it's hard to believe what is about to happen. Mom and Dad are here, brother Parker, and her partner Andrew. Andrew's been just too emotional to speak with us.
Hi, I'm Charlotte.
And the parade of experts rolls through.
What's this? Pen. This? This? Wrist.
Testing cognition.
Can you point the surface we walk on? Floor? Okay.
The anesthesiologist, and then Dr. Toyota.
Hey, Carling.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. You all set?
Yep.
We're all set. We're on time.
Beautiful.
So this is just a really quick part where we make that portal of entry trajectory, wake you up right away, and then we'll be hanging out upstairs in the neuro ICU for a couple hours before we actually do the lasering later tonight.
In moments, they will roll her down to OR. The first part of her surgery will set the guide for the laser probe that will enter the tumor and heat and destroy it. In traditional brain surgery, they would attempt to remove the tumor, a highly invasive procedure requiring a much larger opening in her skull, hours in the operating room, and weeks of recovery.
On the pointer, it corresponds to the crosshairs on the
This will be much less invasive.
So just validating the accuracy.
Once they pinpoint the placement of the probe, guided by detailed MRI scans of Carling's brain, only a small incision is used to reveal the skull, and a hole barely the circumference of a pencil is drilled.
You're just going to leave the 2 screws in? You don't want this 3rd one?
Screws will hold the probe guide solidly in place.
The depth of the tumor is 7.
Dr. Toyota confirms the angle is perfect.
Can I see that?
A temporary cover is devised for the probe's guide,
And then we'll put it on.
and in less than 45 minutes, it's over. They're already waking Carling up.
All done, Carly. This part went super. You can play with your mask, but not your hair. So that went really well, Carly. You just gotta remember not to touch your hair, especially the left front of your hair. There's a cute little bolt sitting out there. We'll get you up to the neuro ICU and then down for the lasering after dinner. Okay.
The scar on her head from her previous surgery 10 years ago meant making a slight adjustment.
Right, you want to make sure it's solid and in there.
Totally, yeah. So I have to make a fairly big opening. We had to move the scalp a little bit lower down to where we wanted.
Right.
Because the original incision was a bit high.
Yeah. But you're satisfied you got it planted?
Oh, totally, yeah.
where
It's
you
very
want it.
good. 10 different verifications and people in the room.
All right, on to
So, yeah,
stage 2.
Yes.
4 hours pass. And we catch up with Carling down near the magnetic resonance imaging device.
How has it been?
It's all right. How are you?
I'm good. Headachy, nauseated?
A little headachy.
Yeah, we'll get that off as soon as we're done.
Okay.
She is understandably anxious.
Now I'll guide your head back.
For this part of the procedure, she will remain awake.
Oh, that hurts.
Yes, sir. The freezing's worn off.
Yep.
But these are little
They remove the temporary cap on the guide probe
We're ready to go inside.
and place her in the MRI, which will help Dr. Toyota guide the laser probe.
How's that feel?
It's all right.
Okay, we need to get you real comfortable because we're going to have you lie still for a good 30 minutes.
Through the window, we can see the light of the laser as they place it inside her head and into the tumor. Everything is coordinated by the team and the NeuroBlate probe computer, working in real time with the images provided by the MRI.
So right now that corresponds to the laser tip there, looking at it in different perspectives. So when we actually turn it on, you'll see the heat emanating from that tip.
So it's in there now.
It's in there now, yeah. Carling is asking me how come she didn't feel it, but the brain doesn't have feeling. Not literally, anyways.
Fascinating.
But just as they are about to begin, there's a problem.
It may be a bad probe.
Something isn't working the way it's supposed to.
Okay.
protocol settings aren't matching up with the probe type. We'll go through some steps here again, see if we can fix that.
As time passes, Carling is growing increasingly uncomfortable.
Just had a headache. Should I give her some
Sure,
medication since she wants to readjust the head a little bit, she says.
Oh.
We can't do that, right? No. Yeah. We can give her something.
Dr. Toyota decides that's enough.
The room she's down. We're gonna fail.
With a process this new and with an uncomfortable patient, rather than push through and try to find the problem, Dr. Toyota decides to wait one more day.
We're just gonna put that little cap over it.
Okay.
Stay upstairs. Stay relax. Break the news to your boyfriend. I'll let you tell him. He's kind of tall.
My mom, you gotta break it too.
Yeah. But nothing went wrong. You're not worse off or delayed. You've had a few setbacks over the 10 years, and this is a small one, okay, Carling? So you're a good sport. We'll get this done. Okay? She said, no, that's it, I'm done, so we stopped. And so as I was saying, it's no one's fault. We'll redraw. No one got hurt. We'll get this done. We'll just get it done a little bit later.
Carling heads off to get something to eat and one more night in the hospital. They will work through the night to solve the problem. By the next day, Mom and Dad look tired.
Must have been a long night.
Very long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very long, very tired. Disappointing. But we're going again, so.
Yeah. Hope for the best.
Yep, exactly.
But their daughter is ready.
That's a funny hat you got on there.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frustrated?
I don't really feel that frustrated. I think it's kind of part of the game.
It is what it is.
Yeah. A little bit of pain in my head, but other than that, nothing too bad.
Anxious to get going.
Yeah, a little bit.
This will be the one.
Yeah, I fully believe in that.
All right, get some rest.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
This time, it's all systems go.
You're gonna do great.
Good. See ya.
How long should it take once you start with the laser?
The actual laser, I suspect, will take about 20 minutes of actual lasering. Yeah.
Wow.
It varies from tumor to tumor, but just estimating Carling's, the way it's looking, I think 20 minutes. So we're about to start the laser now, so I step on the pedal, which will turn the laser on, and then we'll see the change in temperature as it diffuses from the tip of the laser.
As the yellow line expands, the laser is doing its work, killing the cancer.
This is good.
Yes, it's all good. She's comfortable. We're happy with what we've achieved so far. I'd like to get a little bit more. And then we'll be done, and then take her upstairs, and we'll take that little device out of her skull, and she can eat, which I know she's been hungry. This entire area has been eradicated of tumor. So we're going to go a little bit deeper. It is close to her speech area, so we're mindful of that, of course. I'll just go let her know we're done, and then we'll shoot.
Within moments, it's all over, and Carling, fully conscious, is being wheeled back out. Then something almost unbelievable happens.
So, can we try something yet?
Yeah, let me just take this off.
Moments after having a laser removed from her brain, Carling gets up off the table and walks to the washroom.
I can't believe you just walked out of there and went to the washroom. Anyway, we'll leave you alone.
I want to pee so bad.
And with that, it's off to rest for the night. The next morning, the sun shines for the first time in days, and Carling Muir is ready to go home.
Rough couple of days.
Yeah, they're all right. Nothing too bad. Yeah.
So when you look at all this, how do you feel about it? How do you sum it all up?
Remember that tattoo?
Still surviving.
You are indeed.
All right, thank you guys.
And barely 12 hours after her surgery, Carling is walking out the door. Reg Sherren, CBC News, at the Vancouver General Hospital.
Pretty amazing. Coming up next on The National. For people in Mosul, Iraq, the battle against ISIS is literally on their doorstep. We get a street-level view of the conflict. Please stay with us.